Good evening. Today's my presentation is on answer simulation of frictional stir welding on stainless steel 304 material. One of the key motivation behind why I chose this project is because of the recent SpaceX project in which they used frictional stir welding for building a break-off fuel tank. Being in the chemical industry for 6 years, I've been exposed to different welding techniques such as arc welding, TIG welding, plasma arc welding. But there are certain demerits on these type of welding, such as porosities. Due to lack of fusion, the quality of weld is reduced, cracking, more wastage, and filler materials wastage, etc. But on the other hand, the frictional stir welding has these certain advantages where there is no porosity, no cracking, less wastage, and determinantal metallurgical changes. This is why computational tools is going to help me visualize and analyze the stress strains involved in the frictional stir welding. To give an overview on frictional stir welding, to define it, frictional stir welding converts mechanical energy into heat and material deformation to create a weld. In simple terms, joining of materials without filler materials, and weld is created by frictional heating and mechanical deformation. Some examples I have illustrated in the slides, such as the first one shows the frictional stir welding. You can see a yellow color over there, which shows the heat generated in the tip of the tool. The second figure is the frictional stir welding, which is used on the SpaceX project, and the last one is the frictional stir welding on the pipeline. To give a background on frictional stir welding, it was invented by the Welding Institute Limited back in 1991. The development of this project was done in 3 phases. The first phase was the realistic and practical welding technique. The second phase was welding in aerospace and ship and in aluminum alloys. And the third phase is the data for further industrialization of frictional stir welding. Some of the studies that is done in frictional stir welding through answer simulations are thermomechanical modeling and force analysis of frictional stir welding, frictional stir welding simulation using FEA techniques, parametric study, and frictional stir welding heat transfer analysis on aluminum alloys. I would like to give you some references through which I have listed down 3 references through which I have taken the material properties of the workpiece which I've used, which is the stainless steel which I've used, and the tool which is PCBN. The few objectives in my analysis is that to highlight welding technique by frictional stir welding is better than arc welding. The data from the arc welding will be taken from a research paper. Then to convert convectional friction stir welding to answers friction stir welding, to analyze different types of stresses and presses of frictional stir welding, to demonstrate effectiveness of sticking impact, which is used by the contact tool during frictional stir welding. The geometry, now moving on to the geometry. The geometry includes of 3 solid bodies, that is like 2 metal plates, that is the workpiece, which is stainless steel. As I've said earlier, the material properties such as Poisson ratio, Young's modulus, coefficient of thermal expansion, temperature-dependent material properties such as density, specific heat, all are taken from the references which I have given earlier. Similarly, the second body is the tool. The tool which is of polycrystalline cubic boron nitride, that is called as PCBN. Again, the material properties is taken from the earlier references which I have given. The reason why we choose this particular PCBN for the tool is because it is super abrasive, and in this analysis we are not considering the tool's pin due to the total heat generated through the pin is only 2%. So which is why we are only taking the tool and the tool shoulder into consideration. Just to add in few extra details into the geometry is that for metal workpiece I have done an extrusion, and for the tool I have done a revolve through the y-axis to generate the following results as you have seen on the slides. The boundary conditions given in this simulations are, I did it in two different states, that is one using transient thermal analysis, and second is by transient structural analysis. In transient thermal analysis, I use certain boundary conditions such as the convection on the bottom plates, convection on the top top surface and the sides, and the convection on the faces of the metal workpiece, except on the bottom, because we have already assigned the boundary conditions earlier. And also, in order we cannot generate the heat transfer over here, what we do is we assign a temperature of the tool on the bottom surface of the tool, which is like 1200, which is again received from one of the references which I mentioned earlier. The second boundary conditions which I've used in transient structural analysis, which is the key to this evaluation, was by giving fixed support on the base of the metal workpiece as shown in the image, then giving a force of 10,000 Newton acting on the y-axis to keep the tool steady, and I used remote displacement tool, as I have generated a table in the presentation to show the different at different points the tool will plunge, which means the tool slowly goes onto the workpiece, and then dwells is when it starts rotating, that is at the time 1 second, and then traverse, that is travel from one point to the other. Now moving on to the mesh optimization. There are three types of mesh, basically two mesh techniques which I've used. I have assigned the edge sizing, that is which runs through the weld line. Contact sizing, that is the frictional between the faces, that is the workpiece and the tool. And I've used multi-zone method with hexagon mapped mesh type is used because the presence of the mid-side nodes can lead to oscillation in thermal solution, so leading into a non-physical temperature distribution. So in this meshing, I have received 31,343 nodes and 5496 elements. Moving on to simulations. I used 4 types of simulations in this to get the solutions, to compare the results, to basically support my statement. The first is equivalent von Mises stress between the friction stir welding and arc welding. Over here we can see that maximum equivalent von Mises stress on friction stir welding is 532 megapascal when compared to arc welding, which is 263 megapascal. Again, it's taken from the data of a research paper which has a similar model of arc welding on a stainless steel 304 material. The next is the sticking effect, comparing which is determined from the contact tool analysis, where one of the main reasons why I put sticking effect in our analysis was because it increases shearing control, shearing contact area between the tool shoulder and material, and a greater quantity of material is enrolled into the shear plastic zone, enters into the shear plastic zone. One main reason why I show this is because sporadic stick slip process on the metal interface sheds a light on sliding induced cohesion transfer in friction stir welding. The next slide, which I wanted to emphasize on the temperature across the tool. During different rotations, the temperature varies, but I have just taken one rotation, which is at around 600 RPM, where the temperature varies from 1200 to 1186 degrees Celsius. The next one, which I have I put on the slide, is the directional velocity, which gives us the travel. The distance, the velocity at which is the movement of the tool from one position, that is the point 0 to 60 mm. Now moving on to the discussions. The equivalent one measures stress on the workpiece of the material along with the contact status, stating the stickiness in the contact region, provides a clear understanding of the following data. So one is the mixing of materials among the along the weld line, high yield strength in the weld, the temperature distribution in the tool, which varies around 1000 to 1200 degrees Celsius when compared to the arc welding, which is like from 3000 to 10,000 degrees Celsius, and also gives an insight on the travel speed of the tool. To move on to the conclusions, friction stir welding is better option than any other welding which is used as the conventional welding technique. The contact tool analysis gives an insight of an effective mixing of materials in the frictional contact area, which really shows the less amount of materials being wasted. Then simulation of frictional stir welding enhances, gives a stress and strain analysis. And one of the broader insights which I have is development of mathematical analysis, providing the ability to performance of the effect of parametric study of process effect on work material at a shorter time, as well as adapted to process automations. Also to have a cost benefit analysis to be carried out so as to bring this frictional stir welding into the common use compared to the other tool techniques which has been a common practice. Well, here comes to an end to my presentation. I would also like to thank Dr. Calvin Stewart for giving me an opportunity to do a simulation on the friction stir welding. Again, thank you. Have a good day.